The cardboard box nearly slipped from Daniel's trembling hands the moment the front door opened. He had only come to return the last belongings of his best friend, a man whose funeral still haunted his dreams. But instead of finding an empty house or an elderly relative, he found a young woman standing in the doorway with tear-filled eyes, clutching the same old family photograph Daniel had carried in his pocket for months. In that silent moment, grief, guilt, and hope collided in a way neither of them could have imagined. Daniel, a single father already struggling to raise his little daughter after losing his wife years earlier, realized that this simple act of returning a few forgotten possessions was about to change not only his life, but the lives of everyone standing behind that door. Before we continue, if you believe in kindness, forgiveness, and second chances, please take a moment to like this video, leave a comment, share it with someone who needs hope today, and subscribe to Kindness Corner. Your support helps us bring more heartwarming stories to people around the world. Daniel had promised his friend Michael that if anything ever happened to him, he would make sure nothing important was forgotten. It seemed like a simple promise until tragedy arrived without warning. Weeks after the funeral, Daniel carefully packed Michael's watch, favorite books, handwritten journal, and a few treasured family photographs into a small cardboard box. Every item carried memories that were impossible to replace. Life had already demanded more from Daniel than most people could bear. His wife had passed away from illness years earlier, leaving him to raise 6-year-old Emma alone. Between long work shifts, school lunches, bedtime stories, and endless worries about money, he barely had enough strength to carry his own pain, yet he refused to break a promise made to the only friend who had stood beside him during his darkest years. The woman who opened the door introduced herself as Sarah, Michael's younger sister. She had spent years living far away after misunderstandings and family conflicts pushed the siblings apart. Pride had stolen precious time, and before they could repair their relationship, Michael was gone forever. Looking into the box, Sarah realized these ordinary belongings were the last physical pieces of her brother's life. As tears quietly rolled down her face, Daniel noticed family photographs covering the hallway walls, each one reminding him that grief looked the same in every home, regardless of the stories that had led there. Over the following weeks, Sarah discovered something unexpected inside Michael's journal. Many pages spoke about Daniel and Emma. Michael had written about the quiet courage of a father who never complained despite carrying unbearable responsibilities. He described Emma's laughter as the brightest sound he had heard after difficult days, and wrote that Daniel deserved happiness again, even if Daniel himself could no longer believe it. Reading those pages softened Sarah's heart toward the stranger who had appeared at her door carrying nothing but honesty and painful memories. Daniel continued struggling through exhausting days. Bills piled higher each month. Emma missed her mother terribly, and loneliness often filled their tiny apartment once the lights went out. Still, he smiled for his daughter because children deserve hope even when adults are falling apart inside. Sarah could see that strength whenever she occasionally visited with homemade meals or helped Emma with school projects. She never arrived to rescue anyone. Instead, she simply showed up with kindness, proving that sometimes the greatest gift is consistent presence rather than grand gestures. Emma quickly formed a gentle bond with Sarah. For the first time in years, Daniel watched his daughter laugh without forcing a smile afterward. The apartment slowly felt warmer,